It's called a 5-word review. And you guys are going to have to excuse me if I get a little annoying because I have allergies and they've just been kind of worked up recently and I'm not really sure why. So if my breathing becomes a little annoying, I'm very sorry. Hopefully it'll go away soon. So, Devil. Um, a great man by the name of Confused Matthew once said that the hardest movies to review are those that you don't feel very much for, and that's definitely true with Devil, because it's not terrible, but it's definitely not great. So I'm going to try to keep this as brief as possible, because I don't imagine it'll be very entertaining, or really very informative. Um, Devil is, unfortunately, a standard horror film, and I say that unfortunately because M. Night Shyamalan is known for doing awesome horror films. And I'm not talking about The Happening, don't worry. I'm talking about The Village, Signs, and of course The Sixth Sense. And I guess you could kind of consider Unbreakable a horror film. It's more of just a suspense, I don't know, action drama. Um, but those three movies that I listed and Unbreakable are the reasons that I got into filmmaking and wanted to become a director. After I saw Signs, I was so traumatized that I thought, hey, I want to scare people like that too, or move them like that, or make them laugh like that at that degree. So, yeah, I'm just going to jump into it. Devil. It has some standard acting, and the plot is exactly as what the trailer says. Five people walk into an elevator randomly, and then one of them becomes like possessed by Satan or something. It's not entirely clear whether one of them is possessed or whether Satan is in there. And even at the end, there's this big reveal, but I was still left kind of confused because they don't make it completely obvious that one of them is Satan the whole time, or excuse me, or is this devil. Something that the movie does not show you. I really appreciate this about movies like Devil and their trailers, is that the trailer for Devil only shows you about the first 15 minutes and then nothing beyond that, except maybe a few quick glimpses that don't really reveal anything about who dies or who lives or what goes on with the characters and conflicting with each other. So I really appreciated that with the movie because after the first 15 minutes, I really had no idea where I was going to go. I had a general idea, and that was true, but you never really know exactly the specific details of what's going to happen. And I won't say it surprised me. It's like I said, it's very standard. Unfortunately, this is a cheap horror movie, and by cheap, I don't mean budget-wise. I mean the scares are cheap. It's every scare is just jump out and make you jump or scream a little bit, but nothing that actually sticks with you like with Signs. There were a few moments that made you jump, but it wasn't because something jumped out at you literally. It was because the scene was just so disturbing, and it was kind of sometimes hard to tell what was going on in the scene, and that's what made it so frightening. And here, it's just shit just jumps out at you, and that's it. Nothing that's going to leave an imprint on you and disturb you for days, like some of his other movies have. So standard horror flick. The acting is decent. It's definitely not bad. Man, I'm sorry. I just do not know what to say about this movie. I saw it, I think a week ago. I'm trying to remember what I thought of it exactly. Geez, man, I honestly don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to go into my 5 words because this is such a standard horror flick. And something you don't expect that the trailer does not give you is that this movie really it revolves around the 5 characters in the elevator, but it goes back and forth between their situation and the situation of the police, the security guards, and an investigator trying to figure out what's going on. And I really did like just what the whole awkwardness of the situation where the investigators like they couldn't get into the elevator, or if they did, like someone would die. And I really did like the interaction between the people in the elevator looking at the security camera and the investigator talking to them through the speaker in the elevator. And I really did enjoy all of the back and forth chemistry that happened between those characters and the conflicts that developed, and how we kind of felt like we would go back and forth between being trapped with the people in the elevator and being unable to help the people in the elevator. And the director did a very good job of showing us and getting us to feel that either we were on one person's side or the other person's or the other group's side, never kind of in this gray area, and I really like that. Um, yeah, standard horror, standard acting. The writing is not bad. It's not great. They kind of throw it all together that, you know, at the end that everything that the lead character, which is actually the investigator, is going through, you know, turns up to be fate. And it's like his fate is intertwined with one of the people in the elevator. I didn't really like that. So it's cliche a little bit, not terribly. So I mean, if you're in the mood for if you're with some of your friends and you're in the mood for a decent horror flick that's going to give you a few good scares, it's a fun movie, I would say, if you go with a group. Whether you make fun of it or actually enjoy it, it's going to be a fun time. So I'll give it my 5 words now. It might only be like 2 words. My 5 words for Devil would have to be something like standard, cliche, decent. I don't know, nothing special. You get the idea. It's a very blah movie, so I would just say standard is my 1 word review for Devil. So, yeah, like I said, if you're in the mood for a horror movie, just check it out. I'd say it's worth your money. But otherwise, you know, just rent it on a night, maybe like for a Halloween party or something. I don't know, whatever you want to do. So, yeah, that's it. That's my review of Devil, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Probably not, because it's kind of just a bunch of uhs and rambling and not knowing what to say. So, rambling. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will try to put out another review soon, because this was actually the first movie I've seen in a while, or at least the first new movie. So I will see you guys later. Keep an eye out, and as always, thanks for your time.